Hi, welcome to day 5. It always takes a while for this computer to get on. Hopefully I'll be able to see comments tonight. How's everybody doing? When you join me, just pop a comment in. Let me know how you're doing. And I will see if I can get comments. I'll get my other one up just in case, because last night it was ridiculous. It was coming very slow. Somebody's joined. Do you want to just pop a comment in? And I'll see if I can get them. I can see there's 2 people now. Yay! Comments are coming through. Woo! Hi Jen. Hi Mandy. Hi Laura. Oh, how's everybody feeling on day 5? This has been a big week. Is everybody exhausted? I know I am. I'm going to sleep this weekend. It has been mental, but so good. Let me know how you're feeling. So tonight we are doing setting you up for success. So we're going to do a tapping routine, which if nobody's seen me doing the tapping, it is funny, but so good. I know Jen loves my tapping. So let me know how you're all feeling. Has anybody else manifested anything? I had a message before from Christina about a really exciting manifestation, so that was so good. Mandy's buzzing and exhausted. Oh, good. So just to let you know, all these videos are going to be available right up until next Sunday, so a week on Sunday. I think it's about, is it the 4th of October or something like that? How crazy is that? We're going into October. So they're all going to be available. So if anybody hasn't managed to do the little assignments to get put in for the draw, that's going to be, I'll be doing that on Monday. I'll come on again Monday at 8 o'clock. So I'll just double check what date it is on Monday so I'll get that right. So Monday the 28th, I'm going to be doing the draw at 8 p.m. So you get the chance to win a scholarship to the programme, which I'm going to be talking about tonight. And also somebody can win a breakthrough session with me. So if anybody's already booked one of them, don't worry, I'll give you a refund. But it's going to be good. So there'll be 2 lucky winners for everybody who's put in for all their effort this week, which has been immense. I just love how much you've all showed up and took part. It's been brilliant. And then, like I said, all these videos are going to be live, available on the Facebook and on YouTube for the rest of the week, next week, while the cart's open. And then Sunday night it'll all close down and we'll be starting the programme the week after. So it's getting exciting. So if anybody wants to join this madness for longer, you can. So, right, I think that's most people joining now. So I've got to keep drinking water because I'm doing so much with my throat chakra this week. It's like, if not, it'll literally close up. So I think before we start, I'm going to pull us a card. So I haven't done it already. I wasn't prepared tonight for this. So I just thought I'll have my cards here and we'll pull them and we'll just see what we need to hear. So that one jumped. So, open your heart. Can you see that? I never know where to put my fingers and things for this camera. I'm a bit backwards. So this one's about starting to let yourself open up to new things, which is what we're all doing, which is amazing. And it's the possibility of when you open up to that love and feeling that there's more available to you, there's more coming in. It's all about expansion. And what you can see here is there's like flying, like a flying goose or geese. And for me, that's all about expansion, growth, looking at things from a higher perspective. As well, she's surrounded by a swan, which is so majestic. That for me is all about your intuition. It's all about letting yourself open up and kind of crack open in a sense. Because what we've been talking about this week is putting all these layers on, and we're filled with all these layers and all this stuff, like a Russian doll. and we've just got to peel everyone back, and as we peel them all back, we get this beautiful flower that's underneath, and this sparkle that we're all talking about, and that's what comes out once we let it out. But actually opening up our hearts and letting all these good things in is how it flows into us. Whereas often we're told to shut down in life and, you know, put your walls up and don't trust anybody until they've earned the trust. And we end up being a bit hardened sometimes. And this is all about really opening up. And if there is people like that around you that you don't trust and then you realign them, you know, you drift away from them naturally so that you're involved with more high vibe people. And we talked about that last night. So hopefully that one makes sense to you all. It's a nice card. I like that. Let's see what people are commenting. Hi, Oswald. Right. So how do we align to setting ourselves up for success? So I want to talk to you a bit tonight around the ego. So you might have found this because we've been doing quite a lot of heavy work this week, and we've covered some intense stuff. So like I've said, this is really heavy going kind of intuition work that you've all been doing, and it's amazing. And we've also shedded some beliefs. So you might have felt some big shifts. And what happens then is your ego can start to come into play, because we're used to living in our comfort zone. And our comfort zone might not be in a very nice place. And we all have different versions of what our normal comfort's like. But it's often not the best place for us. It's just the only place that ego knows. So your ego, if you think of it as like an over-mothering weird auntie or something. you know the auntie that really has no filter, kind of says it as it is, whether she hurts you or not, but just doesn't like you getting too ahead of yourself. Does anybody have that type of person in their life? It doesn't have to be an auntie. I don't even know where that come up, because I don't have an auntie like that. But that's just what I'm thinking of. You know, someone who just doesn't really have your best interests at heart, but just doesn't want you moving forward. That's what your ego's like. And that's because your ego only knows what it knows. So it's just purely your comfort zone. And once you step out your comfort zone, it goes into panic mode and it feels like it can't protect you. So even though you could be improving your life and you could be, you know, everything could be going really good, you could be attracting all this positive stuff, your ego is going to go into meltdown and be like, what is happening? I don't recognize any of this. I'm used to you being miserable. I'm used to you being, you know, at this vibrational level, and now you're up here. So how am I meant to protect you when you're up here? Because I don't recognize it. And it just goes into a whole meltdown situation. And what that does is it then attracts things into your life that could try and pull you back to where you were. So if there's anybody had that before, where you feel like everything's going amazing, everything's in the flow, and then all of a sudden, like, your car will break down, or, you know, your washer will break, or you'll get a bill that you weren't expecting, or just things that make you feel crap again, or you'll just have a really bad day. Like, you just get up in the morning and you just feel really low, the panic sets in, and you're just thinking you're not good enough, you don't feel like everything that was happening that was good, it's not going to last, and you get this real kind of doubts in your head. Has anybody had that before? Just pop in the comments and let me know whether you felt that. I'm just going to check there's none coming through on here, because my computer is a bit slow. So I will just check. Oswald, it's more internal than the outside world. Yeah, that's exactly right, Oswald. And it is an internal thing often. It doesn't have to be outside world. And yeah, so for me, it comes internal mainly. I don't tend to get the outside influences where everything goes wrong, because I tend to, if that happens, I just kind of go with the flow with things like that. But it's the battle in the inner person in my head that's the hardest bit for me. So I think it was Wednesday, and we'd been doing these lives and they've been going well, and I just had that day where it was like, oh, am I good enough? Am I this? Am I that? And it just comes up and creeps up like this little gremlin in your mind. And that is your ego, just because obviously this is the first 5-day challenge I've ever done. And my ego will be thinking, what are you doing? You're leveling up, you're going up to that next level. I don't know where you're going. I can't see the future. I don't know what this is. What are you doing? And that's what it does. And what you've got to learn how to do is recognize your ego from your intuition. So when your ego talks to you, and I've put a few posts on about this before, but when your ego talks to you, it doesn't have your best interest at heart. It's very loud. It makes you feel uncomfortable. It makes you feel quite low. It can make you feel sad. It can be nasty. It can be an inner bitch. We've all got one of them. But it can really put that doubt in your mind. But your intuition is loving, caring, wants the best for you, and it's a very little voice. So you've got this ego that's on here going, you're not good enough, what are you doing? Stop doing that. Whereas you've got this intuition on the other side going, I love you, I want the best for you, you're brilliant, how amazing are you? And can you see which one you're going to listen to? Because we've been taught to go, well, that's the one that's loudest, that's the one that makes sense. Whereas your other one is the one you should listen to, but it's like here, hello, can you hear me? And we just think, what is that? Hi, Val. Can anybody relate to that? Because that is ultimately what it's like. You have this ego, which is this really loud, really fiery, really dominating voice. And then your intuition is like this little whisper. And you think, often it's too nice to be true. So is that relatable to anybody? Can do they normally hear their ego versus do they hear that more? Let me know in the chat. Yeah, you can relate to that. And I think that's the thing. And once you tap into hearing your intuition more, things make more sense. So you can start to know the difference and it gets a little bit easier. Don't get me wrong, your ego will still come up, but it does get easier to understand the difference between the two. And that is the best way. Your ego it's not a bad thing. It's not something that is trying to hurt you out of badness. It's just protecting you. And the fact that we've been more exposed to negative in our life, it's used to that negative. Whereas your intuition is from a source of love, which is more to this that we talked about, opening up your heart. Because opening up your heart is opening up yourself to hear this loving, intuitive voice. So that's a really good card for tonight. And with transformation, we have these phases that you go through. So when you start off, obviously you're stepping out of your comfort zone massively if you're deciding that you want to change things in your life, you want to move forward, you want to grow. And if that's something you've never focused on doing, it can feel uncomfortable and it can feel scary. And you can feel like that butterfly going through, their transformation. At one point, the caterpillar turns into the goo. And that's when you can feel a little bit lost and a little bit in between worlds. So you can start off on the journey and you can feel very focused and this is where I'm going to go. And then in the middle, you're in this in-between, this mid-manifestation period where everything in your life is as it was, but it's changing to this other part. You know that things are getting better, but you're still in the transition period between. And that can be hard to deal with sometimes because you're so desperate to get to the place that you want to go. And yet you're still in the place that you were to begin with, but you've just got these bigger ideas and bigger dreams. And this is where tapping into your intuition, learning how to look out for the signs and talk to your guidance to check that you're on the right path can keep you focused during your mid-manifestation period, because everything's working out behind the scenes. It's always like you've planted this seed and all the soil has to prepare, it has to be watered, and everything's happening underneath the surface. But sometimes when you're not seeing it, you worry that it's not happening, and that's when the ego creeps in and you start to doubt, and then the negative can creep in, and you can sometimes lower your vibration, which will stall the growing process. It'll be like, well, we've had a drought, so we're just going to have to wait a bit more for a bit of rain. And what we've got to do is keep our focus, and this is where gratitude comes in. This is where asking for signs come in. This is where asking for guidance comes in. And it's just to help you stay focused in that bit in between, so that you're not letting your ego take over and you're not actually blocking your manifestations from blooming because you're getting so hung up on the negative in the middle. Does that make sense to people, or do you want me to go over anything a bit more? Just let me know. Just wait for some comments to come through. And I think this is where my gratitude comes in really handy, because even though I could have had the worst day, I still think of them 5 things that I'm grateful for every day, and it just kind of brings my energy back to a centered place. It makes me more grounded, and it just helps me be in the present and be thankful for what I have now, even though I know everything else is coming. And you can be thankful for knowing that your manifestations are coming as well. So glad that makes sense, Mandy. Yeah. And part of me, I like to say that transformation as well, it's a bit like a video game. So when you think you've kind of completed a level, you feel like you've got to the end, and then you've got this big monster at the end that you've just got to slay. And then once you've slayed that, you're on to the next level, and it's the next level up, and then you get through that, there's a bit of a monster, you've got to slay it, next level up. And the thing is, once you get used to slaying these monsters, which is your ego, it gets easier to do. So where you feel like you're in the transition and you have kind of, you're struggling to get used to your ego, and it might take a couple of days to feel back to being in that flow state. When you get used to it and you get more in tune with your intuition, you can get into that flow state within an hour, 30 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever it takes. You can switch back into it just by tapping into source energy and keeping your flow higher and your vibration higher. And this is where the magic comes in, because you don't actually have to feel crap for as long. You know, it can literally pass in a day, rather than it being something that you're dwelling on for weeks and weeks and weeks on end. So there's always something to be grateful for. Yeah, there is, Oswald, definitely. So has anybody, I know Oswald and Jen have seen my tapping. Has anybody seen my tapping that I do and why I do it? And has anybody heard of it who hasn't seen me doing it before? So tapping it's called emotional freedom technique. And what it does is it works on the meridian points in your body, and it stems from Chinese meridian points. And what it does is you tap on these different points, and it takes the information that you're saying and it puts it into your subconscious brain. So it like bypasses your conscious brain right into your subconscious, and then it gets reprocessed and sent back. So if you have any real deep-rooted beliefs, this is how I would help you shift them. And I've done it on myself. So I did, Laura's seen it, Val's heard of it, great. So I did it years ago when I was first exposed to it. I went to a workshop and she started talking about it. And this is where I shifted the belief of other people being better than me. And after the shift in that, it totally changed things in my life. And what I'll do when I talk about the program I'm going to do, we're going to go into shifting these beliefs right at a deep root. So as part of the program, I'm going to be releasing these limiting beliefs that people have been holding on to, and tapping is going to be one of them methods that we're going to be using, and also energy healing, a bit like what we've been doing this week, but a bit deeper. And it's going to really clear things for you so that you're not holding on to these beliefs forever and they can shift. But what we're going to do tonight is we're going to do a tapping routine on getting you feeling like you deserve to receive this life that you want, and feeling like you deserve happiness, you deserve success. So it's going to be a nice positive tapping session that should help you feel motivated for that. So is everybody up for that? I'm going to probably do that, and then I'll run through what the program entails, and I'll take any questions that people have after that. So if you've got anything before we start the tapping, just let me know. I'll have a drink. So I think everybody's all right. Fab. Right, so I'll quickly walk you through the tapping points, and then what we'll do, I'll say the statement and you repeat the statement out loud if you can, or just in your head if you can't. And as long as you're tapping on the points, it'll still have an effect. And then you can also, if you need to at a later date, go back and watch the recording as well, and you can do it that way. But I do it slow enough so people can follow along. I don't do it too fast. And we're going to just do a positive one with this one. So often when we're doing it for deep-rooted beliefs, we would pinpoint what the belief is, and we'd do it on the negative. And what that does is it reverses your negative before we start to affirm the positive. But because this is quite a general one, we can start with the positive. So when you think of your future self that we thought of yesterday, how confident are you on a scale of 1 to 10 that, one, you deserve it, or that it could happen for you? You could get to that point of happiness and success and feeling fulfilled. So if 10 was, yes, I'm there 100%, feel like I deserve it, feel like it's coming, and 1 was very, very low, I don't feel confident, I don't feel like anything's going to change. If you just put in the comments where you are on a scale of 1 to 10, so 1 being amazing, yes, I'm grabbing this with both hands, I deserve absolutely everything, and 1 being, I don't really feel like anything major is going to change in my life. Oh, Val's just watched The Secret, so Val's on a 5, it's a good number. Anybody else? I love the people watching The Secret this week. I need to watch The Secret too. I haven't watched that one yet. I don't know what that's going to entail. Has anybody else got a figure, a number in their head? Well, Mandy's a 6. Great. So while you're putting them in, Laura's a 6. Good. Right. I'll run through the tapping points. So we always start with an opening statement, and it's always even though. Then you have your thing that you want to say, Oswald's 4, and then you add it with a positive thing like, I deeply love and accept myself. And you do that one on your karate chop point. So you can either use 3 fingers, 2 fingers, whatever, or just your hand like that. Yeah, I think it is on Netflix, Mandy. You maybe have to check though. So it's your karate chop point on either hand. And then your next point is just, I'm no good on this. I feel like I need to flip the camera and mirror. So your eyebrow point, just there. And 2 fingers just on the end of your eyebrow. I bet you're all doing this now. And then your temple, just not so much the temple bit, but more just the edge of the eye, the bottom of the eyebrow. 2 fingers there. Can you see that? And then underneath, so underneath your eye, 2 fingers. Sounds bad, that, doesn't it? 2 fingers. And then top of your chin, just between your nose and your lip. There. It looks so weird if anybody walked in. And then under your chin, just in that dimply bit. There. And then when it comes to your collarbone, so where your collarbone is, where you can feel them 2 holes, well, 2 lumps, go about 1 inch down and just across a little bit, and then just there. And you can do both hands on that one, if that feels good. And then under your armpit, like for women, it's where your bra line is. For men, just about a couple of inches under your arm, and then just there. Now this is where it looks weird. And then top of your head, so it's kind of like a chimp pose, this one, and it's just in the center, not like right back to where you have that dip in your crown, but just there. So has everybody got the points? Does that make sense? It will make sense once I run through it. So we'll get started. I'll have another drink. And this is just to keep that ego at bay and try and believe that we just fully can make this change and we deserve to make the change. Because often we don't feel like we deserve that good life, which is sad, but you know, we all have that battle. Great. So if we start, even though I'm just starting this journey, I deeply love and accept myself. Even though I'm just starting this journey, I deeply love and accept myself. I deserve to be happy. I deserve to be happy. I deserve to be happy. I deserve success. I deserve success. I deserve success. I deserve abundance. I deserve abundance. I deserve abundance. I am worthy of being happy. I am worthy of being happy. I am worthy of being happy. I open my heart up. I open my heart up. I open my heart up. And I am safe to do so. And I am safe to do so. And I am safe to do so. I deserve to receive. I deserve to receive. I deserve to receive. I am worthy. I am worthy. I am worthy. I deserve money. I deserve money. I deserve money. I deserve to be free. I deserve to be free. I deserve to be free. I get to have control over my life. I get to have control over my life. I get to have control over my life. And when I shine bright, I help others. And when I shine bright, I help others. And when I shine bright, I help others. And I deserve to receive. I deserve to receive. I deserve to receive. And I am worthy. I am worthy. I am worthy. Happiness is my birthright. Happiness is my birthright. Happiness is my birthright. I deserve to be happy. 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 I am worthy of receiving. I am worthy of receiving. I am worthy of receiving. I am worthy of success. I am worthy of success. I am worthy of success. I am worthy of my desires. I am worthy of my desires. I am worthy of my desires. I was born to be happy. I was born to be happy. I was born to be happy. I was born to shine. I was born to shine. I was born to shine. And I am gonna shine. And I am gonna shine. And I am gonna shine. I'm gonna shine bright. I'm gonna shine bright. I'm gonna shine bright. Now just take a deep breath in. And then when you release, like really release. And then one more. Shake it off. And how does that feel? Does that help? Has anybody's numbers gone up? Feel in a better place, or does it just feel relaxing? Let me know how that felt. Felt good to say you were born to shine, I thought. That bit felt nice to me. And it definitely looks very strange, but I swear to you it does work. So what did your number go up, Val? Let me know. Uplifting, good. Oh, good. I thought that one would be a nice way to end the week because we've done some big stuff, so it kind of reaffirms that, you know, you're all worthy of it. Christy, I felt that great, and I just want what I needed today. Oh, that's good. Feeling tingly, cried when we got to the shine part. Oh, Laura, hopefully it hit home and your number's gone up. The shine part really hit for me as well, and I think that's what this is all about. Oh, Val, that's a good jump, yeah. We've set this week off that it's about finding your inner magic, and that is all about releasing these layers and letting yourself shine. And in a world that we're told where you're not really meant to do that, but that's outdated beliefs, it's outdated way of thinking, and we've covered a lot of that this week. And like I said, these videos are going to be up there for you to have a look at again if you need to. But we are living in a culture where there's a lot of outdated beliefs, there's a lot of things that try and make us feel small and feel like we're not safe to shine. And actually, when you do, you open yourself up to so much more goodness. The higher I vibrate now, I have people around me that just support me, they're there for me, they want the best for me. And I've never really had that in the past. I've always had people who tried to undermine you, or it was like a dog-eat-dog environment. And what I found this last year, especially when I've allowed myself to open up and be more vulnerable and be honest about my vulnerabilities as well, it has opened me up to a whole new way of life. And the love that's come in has been immense. Like, it's been crazy. And that's why I genuinely want to share this with everybody who I work with, because I just don't feel that we're taught this, and sometimes this is what we need to be taught. And I hope you've all enjoyed this week and really got something out of it. And I just want to run through what's coming up next. So if anybody is wanting to continue working with me, I can tell you what I'm going to be doing. So obviously you've got a snapshot this week. You've had a real taster of how I work with people. And what I'm going to be doing going forward is Find Your Inner Magic coaching program, which is all about what we've been doing really. So, but digging deeper and digging into that next level of transition. So it's all about releasing these layers that we're putting on, but getting you to a point where you're releasing so many that you've got this, you know, your sparkle is coming through. It's really shining. You feel safe in it. You feel linked to your intuition. You feel like you're letting go of that fear of judgment. You're letting go of the fear of failure. You're letting go of that perfectionism that we all have inside of us that niggles away and stops us doing absolutely anything. And we'll let go of these society's wrongs and rights and start to live that life that you want to live. And I'm going to teach people how to actually manifest. I'm going to go into the law of attraction deep. So people are going to be coming out like manifesting supermen off the end of this course. So it's a 10-week program, and I'm going to be having a weekly session with you all. It's very similar to what we've done, but probably more an hour and a half long, to go into the teachings and really go into an energy shift. And then there's going to be meditations that you can do through the week. And there's going to be journaling prompts and things that are going to keep you focused and keep you really exploring what that means for you, because we're all very different, and how one of us sparkles to how somebody else sparkles is going to be completely different. But off the back of it, you're going to come out happier, more confident, feeling free, feeling like you know where you're going, feeling like you've got purpose, feeling like you just got this amazing energy about you that you know everything you touch is going to be amazing. Because that's what this, when you get your mindset right, when you start to release these beliefs and you start to tap into your intuition and know how to use it daily, so that you don't have to make a decision on your own. When I was looking at doing this course, my guides and my angels literally told me what to run through with you. They've channeled all this information for me to give to you. They've went through what I need to cover, you know, what I need to kind of say. They've given me price details. They've given me everything. And I don't feel like I have to make all of my decisions all on my own now. I can tap into that higher guidance and really do what's best for everybody, rather than, you know, just fighting on and feeling like you're unsupported. So I'll be putting all of the details in there, and if anybody has any questions, just let me know. But it's a 10-week program. Because it's the first time I'm running it, I'm offering it at a third of the price. So it is a really good price, and it won't be this price again. But I want to offer it to just, you know, a small group of people who are really going to connect and get the best out of it. And also there'll be a private Facebook group, so anything you're going through you can share with that group as well as sharing with me. So you're going to be fully supported in the journey, and I'll be helping you every step of the way. So it will be like this week, but fully supported and really like trying to get the best for you. So I hope some of you come on that journey with me, because it's going to be amazing. But do you want to tap into, has anybody got any questions or anything they want to bring up? Because we've got another like 20 minutes really, just to go through anything that's kind of come up for you this week, anything you're unsure of, anything you're worried about. Just pop questions in there, or if somebody doesn't feel confident doing that in there, they can message me direct as well. But I'd love to hear what people are saying and what you've enjoyed, or what's been like an aha moment for you. And Val, yeah, totally relate to others' negativity. I used to be surrounded by negative people, and like I don't know whether I don't think it's COVID related. I think it is genuinely the people I interact with now are just so much, they've just got so much love for you, rather than, you know, trying to undermine people. And I think even though a lot of the people I know are coaches as well, there's none of that, oh, well, we can't all do the same job and, you know, fighting against each other. It's a really nice environment. So when you lift your frequency, naturally, once you lift your vibration up, it's like people who are vibrating at a lower just can't penetrate. It's like they just don't know how to interact, and not in a bad way. It's not like you're shunning them or turning you back. They just naturally don't know how to interact with you, and often they just don't don't worry, you don't worry about that and they don't worry about that, and it just seems to flow, and it flows nice. You end up with a lot more positive people, and it's refreshing. So has anybody got any questions? You're all very quiet tonight. Anything on the ego you want me to answer? Or any of the stuff that we've covered this week, because we've covered a lot. So we went through, obviously, accepting where you are on the journey. That was Mondays. And then we did about connecting to your own power. Breaking free with that limiting beliefs meditation that we did, which was powerful. Oswald ended up damaging the floor, which I love. And then last night we did about aligning to your future self, and we tapped into our higher self. So it's really powerful stuff we've covered this week. So if anybody has any questions, please just shout up and let me know if you want to know more about the program. If you want me to cover anything. I know somebody had got somebody was asking about the manifesting today. So they were asking about, had they manifested the penny right, because they felt like they were a bit too desperate to get it. And that can happen to us all. Sometimes when we link so much to our what we want to manifest, it can sometimes block it coming. So if you're ever in that situation, just try and relax and release it. And sometimes if I want to release one of my manifestations, I visualize, get myself centered, imagining the white light coming in. And then when I think of the manifestation I want to happen, I visualize it, and then I place it on a cloud, just a cloud in my mind, and then I blow it away. And by doing that, it's just letting the universe take that and letting it flow and taking it away from yourself. Because sometimes when we're clinging on, we're just stopping it coming, we're stopping it coming through, and it can block it. But like I said, there's lots of things I can teach you around the manifestation, and it's really good once you tap into the law of attraction and how it all works, and it completely changes the way you plan your life, it changes the way you bring things into your life, and it allows you to create the future that you genuinely want to live. And it's done it for me. I mean, I can't even go into the stuff I've manifested. It's amazing. I'm loving it. So Mandy said, I think we're all so amazed that it's day 5 already. Yeah, and you're probably going to be shattered. I mean, everybody who's been on this with me live this week, you are probably going to be, drained. So if you crash this weekend, please sleep, rest, have lots of water, have a nice bath with Epsom salts in if you can, because we have done some really deep work this week, and it's been amazing. The stuff that everybody's got through and how you've linked into your intuition straight away. I mean, when I first started meditating, I literally seen black for so long. It took me a while, and I think I just didn't trust myself. I was blocking it. And for you guys to open up as much as you have and get the information that you've got, it's incredible. Like, you really have got so much. So well done. I'm glad you have enjoyed it, Val. And like I said, this is the first time I've done this. So any feedback, just let me know. If you think I should do anything different, or you'd want to see something different, then let me know. If you do want to join, I'll be putting the links out. And even if you just want to read up on it and things and see, and then I'll be doing the prize draw on Monday. So somebody is going to win a scholarship. So if you haven't done your assignments, get them in and just pop in what you've done, and I will draw that on Monday. So somebody wins a full scholarship and somebody else wins a breakthrough session. So these breakthrough sessions, they're £135 on their own, and they are mega. Like, we go in deep, we shift some stuff, and they're amazing. So somebody's going to win one of them with me, which will be great. So please just let me know if there is anything, if you think of anything. You might all just be a bit all zen from your tapping, hopefully, and you can go back in and do that routine again, and let me know if you have any questions and I will answer them. But if that's everything, I will leave it tonight, and I'll just remember the card, open your heart. So it's all about opening up to your intuition, opening up to this new way of being. And I love with this one as well, if you can see the horizon. So it's all about new beginnings, and it's all about finding that high vibrational vibe. So yeah. So if you want any more details on what I'm doing, obviously the course, we've touched on intuition in this. I'm going to go a lot deeper. I'm going to teach you how to do actual tapping routines for yourself and you develop them. I'm going to teach you how to do chakra balancing so that you can keep in alignment. I'm going to teach you about human design. So if nobody's heard about human design, that is amazing. It's basically a psychometric for your soul. And we all have this unique prototype that's linked to us. And then it tells you how to respond in certain situations, how to, how to manifest, whether you're, some people like to manifest very specific, and some people just like to manifest the feeling. So I'm a non-specific manifester. So for me, I can't say, right, I want to have, if I have a business, it has to be like this, and this. I just have to be like, I want a business helping people and everybody feels this way, because I don't need to get specific. Whereas other people, they'll need to know, if I have a business, I'm going to help people by doing this. I'm going to make this much money. I'm going to have this many appointments. I'm going to have this. And that's good for them. Whereas for me, I'm the opposite. I'm just all about the feeling and the emotion. So I can tell you how to tap into, how to manifest what's best for your energy type as well, which is amazing. So I'll be going into that as well. There'll be like a free human design workshop. So with that one, everybody who's in the program will get access to it. I'll also open up that bit up to other people as well, because that'll be an actual workshop. The meditations are just going to be as healing as you've had this week. So they're going to be amazing. And I'll be doing some shorter ones so that you can listen to them daily and just quick, when you need a quick uplift or you need a gratitude one, or there's going to be all sorts. So you're getting a lot of good stuff that you'll have. I've got like an online login site, so you get access to the login, you get everything there, you get stuff released every week so that you can work through it as and when you want. And then we have the weekly sessions where they'll be a bit like we've done this week, but we'll go into more stuff, and they'll also be done on Zoom so people can ask questions. We can do live coaching, and you just get a bit more interaction, which is good. So hopefully I will see some of you in that as well. Now I'll pop tonight's assignment. It'll only be really about, how do you whatever you got, any takeaways from tonight, obviously any uplift from the tapping, but yeah, it's just a mini one tonight, so not too much to do. And then if you've missed any of the others, get your answers in and you will be put into the prize draw. And I'll be about all the time in the group, so ask any questions, post any good things that have been coming your way. I want to see what you've actually been manifesting this week and what's been changing, because I know some of you have been on a real personal journey, which is what I wanted, and that's what it's all about. The whole point of this week was giving you something, even if you weren't going to sign up to the program with me. It's not about doing this so that you'll just sign up. It's about everybody getting something out of it. So I really hope you have, and let me know what has changed for you. Do you feel lighter? Do you feel freer? Do you feel like more pumped for the future? Just let me know what that feels like. It would really be good to get your stories and hearing what what it's been like for you. And like I said, any improvements, let me know that as well. I'm open to anything. So glad you enjoyed it, Oswald. Thanks a lot, Val. And I will speak to you all soon. And I'll see you on the live on Monday for the prize draw. And I'm sure I'll speak to you over the weekend because I'll probably miss you all, to be honest, after tomorrow. I'll miss doing these. I'll be like, oh, I want to go live. So if you see me popping up, it's because I'm just desperate and wanting to speak to everybody. All right, I'll speak to you soon. Bye.